Make sure you are not alone while watching this. 10 horror movies based on true story. 1. The Exorcist, 1973. This film is based on a novel of the same name by William Peter Blatty. The story is inspired by a real-life case of demonic possession in the 1940s in Washington, D.C. 2. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. Directed by Tobe Hooper, this film is inspired by the real-life murders committed by Ed Gein, a man who attacked several people with a chainsaw. 3. A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. Directed by Wes Craven, this film follows the character Freddy Krueger, who blurs the line between reality and dream. It draws inspiration from reports of people being pursued in their dreams by an unusual character named Freddy Krueger. 4. The Amityville Horror, 1979. Based on a novel of the same name by Jay Anson, this film revolves around a horrifying crime that took place in the Amityville house in New York, experienced by a new family. 5. The Conjuring, 2013. Directed by James Wan, this film tells the story of real-life paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, who encounter cases such as the Perron family haunting and other supernatural phenomena. 6. Zodiac, 2007. Directed by David Fincher, this film chronicles the story of the infamous serial killer known as Zodiac. The real-life killer operated in the San Francisco Bay Area during the 1960s and 1970s, and his identity remains unknown. 7. Wolf Creek, 2005. Directed by Greg McLean, this film takes inspiration from the real-life murders committed by Ivan Milat, an Australian serial killer who carried out acts of violence and murdered young women in Australia. 8. The Girl Next Door, 2007. Based on a novel of the same name by Jack Ketchum, this film draws inspiration from the sadistic torture and murder of a girl named Sylvia Likens in the 1960s in America. 9. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, 1986. Directed by John McNaughton, this film is inspired by the real-life murders of Henry Lee Lucas, an American serial killer who operated during the 1970s. 10. The Strangers, 2008. Directed by Brian Bertino, this film draws inspiration from several real-life home invasion murders and robberies that occurred in the 1980s in America. You can share your energy with us if you enjoyed.